What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome to the Bullpen Bar and Grill out here in Overland Park, Kansas. I'm DJ Kissel. That is Kent Swanson, and Tucker Franklin is behind all of the equipment here. And we are going to be breaking down the Chiefs leading the Raiders 17-7 here on Sunday Night Football. All I got to say, Kent, is that's a little more like it.
Yeah, feels good.
Feels good. It's just like, okay. It took 9-10 weeks, but okay, that's more of what we expected to be seeing from the beginning of the season. That felt good.
Yeah, that was the kind of football we've grown accustomed to seeing. Very dominant performance. I know it's you wish that the Chiefs had a few more points on the board. Obviously, missed field goal by Butker there to close the half out, but. I mean, there's only so many possessions in the first half. You got to feel good about where this team is at, and a big drive, a big possession right out of the gate for the Raiders.
Yep.
For this game in the second half.
Yeah, no, and again, everybody out there, appreciate whether you're watching on Twitter, whether you're watching on YouTube, appreciate it. Send us those questions, send us your comments. We'll bring them up. Tucker is bringing those up now. And Braden Holbeck, I agree with you. We've seen a lot more of the screen game has been completely brought back into this offense. A lot of the creativity, the stuff with Travis Kelce. Obviously, we'll be talking about him during the halftime show, and then also during the postgame show. I'm sure Travis Kelce will be brought back up, but you're seeing that creativity back in the offense, and it's a creative between the 20s, and then we got down to the red zone. I remember looking at you, and I was like, when was the last time we've seen a third or a fourth and short play, or just like a normal dive, or just a normal play? Wasn't the inside reverse handoff to the fullback, which is about as normal as it gets, but they got it done. You run behind Trey Smith, good things happen.
We did have a Blake Bell quarterback sneak, too, at that one point here, so there was some cute there still, too, but yeah, they lined up and just dominated up front. They did some really good things, and I think across the board, they ran the ball pretty well, a little bit more gap. I think the Darrell Williams run, I believe, was gap. So, creativity slowing down the pass rush with the screen game. That's a very aggressive group wanting to pin their ears back. They're licking their chops, and the Chiefs played into that aggressiveness. A lot of really good things. Timing of the play calling was really, really good. It's better than it's been in recent memory. So, those are there are a lot of encouraging signs in that first half of this football game.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes right now, 21 of 28 for 198 yards and a couple of touchdowns. We've seen him take. Good? Yeah, that's not terrible. We've seen him take some shots down the field where it looks more like the Patrick Mahomes we're used to seeing.
Yeah. Well, no, he's being aggressive. He's taking some chances, taking some shots. It seems like there's some more opportunities there. Things are kind of loosening up a little bit out there in the back end of that defense. Shot plays to Tyreek. If they're going to give you one-on-one coverage, you got to go try to make them pay for that. And the Chiefs have really done a good job trying to exploit that. I mean, you look, he's got 7 incompletions. I think at least 3 of them are down the field.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe you didn't hit those guys, but the teams are going to start thinking about those plays at least, because they weren't very, very far off. Mahomes to Tyreek Hill early in that game on that fade route was perfect. It was very close to converting that. So a lot of good things from Mahomes, and even the incompletions. I think there was some positive stuff there.
Cool. All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in with us right now. We'll continue to break down what we've seen so far from the Chiefs here in the first half, but don't want to forget to say, join us after the game for our live post-game show. We've got a special guest in the University of Kansas legend, Jared Casey. Caught the 2-point conversion last night to give KU the win over Texas. Jared is going to be joining us right after the game, hopefully helping us break down the Chiefs win over the Raiders. But we've talked about the offense. Let's talk about the other side of the ball and the guy that jumps out, L'Jarius Sneed. This has been his best game of the season in my mind, and it's coming off of some recent good performances.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good things the last couple of weeks, and it's everywhere for him. It's in the run game, some really good sound run game fits and tackling out on the edge. In some of that short passing games, but in coverage too. I mean, he's just played a really good, solid, game, and it's probably one of his last couple of weeks have been some of his better performances. It's continuing to build and grow, and it's more like the guy we came accustomed to seeing last year. It's really positive to see, and I mean, that man, he's made some plays here in the first half, and you hope it continues.
Yeah, and the other guy that we got to talk about, Tyrann Mathieu. He's made some plays. Darren Waller's got 2 receptions for 11 yards. We've seen Tyrann Mathieu make a couple of plays in the running game, especially at the end of the 2-minute drill there. He stepped up, made some plays. And then the one guy that had the big sack, Jarran Reed. I missed it. I was FaceTiming with my kids before they went to sleep. Came in. What do you see from Jarran Reed and the defense on that particular drive?
That was a nice rush. That was a really nice rush by Jarran Reed. Working back into the tackle or into the interior of the offensive line, and finally, closing on the quarterback. And that was a big play because, honestly, the Chiefs have done a really good job outside of that, short field drive that the Raiders had, forcing the Raiders into third downs. The Raiders I think they had a false start to get into that 3rd and 8 for Jaron Reed to pin his ears back. But I think the Chiefs have done a very good job of forcing the Raiders to drive, limiting most of these explosive plays, getting into 3rd down situations, and the Raiders have made some mistakes there.
Yeah, and Braden Holisek just brought that up. Melvin Ingram making a play. It was the same drive, I believe, that you were just talking about, because I missed that as well. What do you see from Melvin Ingram right there?
I mean, that was
2 weeks in a row.
That was a nasty physical play from him. He really just kind of lowered his shoulder, and he kind of saw Josh Jacobs running him, and he was like, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and – can I explain? I'm going to show you on BJ, but it wasn't even really like a form tackle. He just kind of blew that play up, and he was running into him. He just kind of lowered his shoulder and made that play. Really nice job from him, really physical. And I think Nick Bolton was there to clean it up too. So really nice job.
Chiefs have the 17-7 lead over the Raiders. And because of what transpired earlier today, the Broncos and the Chargers both losing. Chiefs win this game. They will move to first place in the AFC West, which is amazing considering all of the times that we've stood here again at the Bullpen Bar and Grill. We appreciate everybody here for taking care of us. But we've been here for a lot of games that have not been a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of halftime shows that have not been a lot of fun. So this one was obviously going to be more enjoyable. And the fact that we're sitting here positive after the Butker missed field goal, and we saw another special teams player, another fumble, the 20th turnover of the season for the Chiefs, with Mike Hughes dropping the punt after it seems like he's the one now returning those kicks, because we've seen McCole Hardman struggle to take care of the ball. So the fact that the team must be playing that well that we're not necessarily harping on those things right now.
Yeah, if you think about it, if you want to boil it down simply, the only things that are keeping this game even close right now are special teams miscues. There've been a couple issues there. We've had like the fumble from Mike Hughes, and then the Butker missed, field goal. There's 3 points for sure off the board, but I mean, who knows what would have happened if the Chiefs, the way the Chiefs are moving right now, they were getting points on the board, especially with that short field, a great return all the way to the 50-yard line by Mike Hughes. There's not a lot that the Chiefs were going to have to do there to get points on that possession.
What are the Chiefs going to have to do in the second half to get a positive Rant Swanson going? Because we've had a lot of the negative ones, and I just want to. Yeah,
if
see you get wound up.
If the Chiefs score a long touchdown over Jonathan Abram, I'm just gonna roast him for like a good 2 minutes on this show. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think there's a little bit of mojo coming back to this team, and I don't know if I'm gonna go full Rant Swanson, because I want to temper my expectations for this hashtag no loss November until the Cowboys game. They go out and win this game, I will be insufferable on the KC Sports Network post-game show if they complete the hashtag no loss November. Be singing the praises of Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna do that anyway. Who are we kidding?
You heard it right here. Make sure, again, we appreciate everybody for following along. Make sure if you're listening or watching on Twitter, make sure you are following us. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have got a lot of good content throughout the week. 5 different shows here at KC Sports Network, including the brand new one called Sometimes Weekly. Had a chance to catch up with Mark Josie and Sam Kulikov of the Kansas City Pioneers earlier that week. You can catch that along with our breakdowns with guys like Derek Johnson, if you know that guy.
Never heard of him.
He and Mike DeVito helped Craig Stout break down some defensive film last week, and then Matt Castle joins Maddie Lane each week to break down one of the plays from Patrick Mahomes. Kent, what do you want to see? What do we need to see from this team going into the second half? Because the one thing that we have seen, we've talked about it, was the aggressiveness on the offensive side of the ball. Don't want to lose that. What are the 1 or 2 things on each side of the ball that we've got to see for the Chiefs to continue this in the second half, to win this game, take over first place in the AFC West?
Yeah, the mantra that this Chiefs team is really held on to in the Patrick Mahomes era, and Andy Reid's been really good about it, saying is keep firing. Pat, keep firing, man. Keep playing with that aggression. Keep pushing the envelope. Keep challenging this team, because good things are happening. You're putting the pressure on the Raiders right now. They're feeling it. Continue to do that. Good things are going to happen. Defensively, stay in the same vein they are. Really doing a good job rallying the football, staying top down. I think they've done a great job of limiting explosive plays, rallying to the football, forcing long sustained drives, forcing third downs, putting the onus on the Raiders to make some mistakes. Both those things continue to happen. This team is going to win by double digits easily, maybe more. We'll see.
Cool. I want to see the creativity and the play calling stay. I don't know if they're just trying to figure out different ways to try to confuse Max Crosby, because a lot of those screens, a lot of that stuff seems to be in and around his area to try to get him thinking, moving laterally and doing different things. But I want to see the creativity on that side, and then continue to get pressure and try to bring pressure on Derek Carr. Get him off his spot. Frank Clark, Melvin Ingram, Chris Jones, Jaron Reed, those guys, get him off his spot, and then on the back end, continue to make plays on the ball. We've seen it from L'Jarius Sneed. We've seen it from Tyrann Mathieu. Continue, again, that running game. Come up be physical, and then take it to them. That's what I'm excited to see.
I think you're going to see a lot of it too. I feel really good about this team. I feel really good about this game right now. What we've seen, what they're putting on in the first half. It's kind of what we, like we talked about at the front of the show, like the front of the halftime show. This is what we've kind of come accustomed to seeing, and this is the kind of Chiefs football that we were hoping to see for the entirety of the season. And This has been a weird year in the National Football League. It keeps getting weirder and weirder, and it makes everything that the Chiefs went through in the first 10 weeks of the season a little more normal, because all these teams are having their struggles, and maybe the Chiefs are just kind of starting to get their feet underneath them.
But the Chiefs are the only one with a broken quarterback, right?
Yeah, the only ones. Yes, the quarterback that has thrown for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns,
being on the top
75%
like.
completion. Yeah, real broken, just completely broken.
All right, we appreciate all of you for joining us here at the halftime report. We will be back right after the game on YouTube, on our Facebook. And real quick plug here, if you are a member of our Facebook group, KC Sports Network, powered by the Chiefs Kingdom on Facebook, we have a contest going for 4 tickets, 4 entries to the Tickets for Less VIP tailgate, and a parking pass we are giving away to one member inside of that Facebook group who shows us via screenshot that they are subscribed to our YouTube channel. So go to our Facebook group, show that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and you have a chance to win 4 tickets to the game, 4 tickets to the VIP tailgate, and a parking pass to the game against the Denver Broncos there on December 5th. We will pick a winner the day after Thanksgiving. We appreciate everybody for tuning into this halftime update. Again, we will be with you right after the game on the 101 The Fox Facebook page, our Facebook group, the Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
Every time.
I'm going to keep saying it because it's a thing. So we appreciate everybody. We'll be back right after the game. Again, Jared Casey from KU Football, the legend, is going to join us. We'll have Maddie Lane and Craig Stout will also join us to break everything down, hopefully talking about the Chiefs being in first place in the AFC West after this win over the Raiders. But we will be back with you after the game. We'll see you later.